environment, it is not because I'm outside the studio, outside PTV. We are present on the PTV premises and we are celebrating the 5th birthday of Pakistan television. Today, we are going to cut the cake and interact with the leadership of PTV, apart from the people who are working here and also the people who are going to be invited and who are going to talk to us on air as well. In order to discuss this, let me first request the chairman PTV Arshad Khan to say a few words.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the viewers of PTV Network, all the artists and talents who have been working with us for past 55 years, all the employees and the management of PTV who have served with PTV in the past, are they working with us now. So I would like to congratulate them on the 55th anniversary of Pakistan Television. I would say that PTV has played a tremendous role in protecting the national and projecting the national culture and protecting the heritage of Pakistan. And I keep saying that since my childhood, whether it be in entertainment or sports activities, be it a time of war or peace, be it election time or maybe earthquake type of activities or a flood, I think PTV has played a tremendous role over the past 55 years in bringing the information to the people, educating them, entertaining them. So if I say that the PTV is the true custodian of national culture and heritage, so it would not be wrong.
Naturally, that is a very important point. Before I come back to you, sir, and let me actually ask you about the vision later, let me bring in Faisal Javed Khan Sahab, who is Chairman Standing Committee on Information. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Patafi, and congratulations to the entire team of PTV. There's so many reasons to celebrate the 55th anniversary of PTV. PTV has always been like a family member and household item where it would also train people, train our society, and me as well, because it's like an elder brother, in fact, father, I would say, 55 years old. So, yeah, easily it can qualify to that category because, when we were growing up, we used to watch dramas like Andhera Ujala, where you would tell that this is wrong and this is good, and it would train the society. It is the ambassador, as chairman said, Arshad Khan Saab, that in true meanings, Pakistan Television is the ambassador of our culture, our traditions, our own tunes, everything related to do with Pakistan. And also the way Pakistan Television highlighted the Kashmir cause over the years. Salute to them. The way, not only locally but internationally as well, through PTV World and other outlets, PTV Global. And the reach factor is important in a way that you see no other channel can beat it when it comes to terrestrial outreach. So there are many factors. As I told you, drama particularly because I have done sort of a PhD in PTV drama as well. I have all the DVDs.
Watching them or actually performed?
No, watching them and learning a lot and applying that on my life as well. Starting from Khuda Ki Baat, I have all those DVDs. Obviously, you were there back then when it got aired. I wasn't born, so
you understand the implication here that I'm older than he is. But let me also bring in Masood Saab, who is the head of PTV World. So your vision so far, do you want to say anything about PTV's birthday?
It's 55 years of eminence and excellence. The journey goes on. And we have to achieve a lot, as our chairman said and MD Sahab said earlier, and Mr. Senator also highlighted that, underlined that. And I personally feel that as far as PTV World is concerned, our prime objective is to create distinctive content in order to inform, educate, even persuade and inspire the international and local audiences, and that we have been doing. And as MD Sahab and Chairman Sahab said earlier today, we were cutting the cake, that
You're
we
cutting a cake today as well.
the first
Right
cake,
now as well.
the first cake.
Yeah.
Okay,
How many have you cut so far?
I think 3, 4 altogether. Okay, and
you're
so
cutting the same cake again and again.
not a different
It is
cakes.
not unbroken right now.
Exactly. So
Austerity,
yeah, the management has already fix that, set an agenda that we have to achieve certain goals by next year. We are going to bring about the change that people can feel and see on our screens. And we are altogether 9 channels, and definitely gradually we will get there. But the good thing is, the bottom line is that we have set our targets, and inshallah ta'ala, we as a team are going to achieve them.
Right, and the sky is the limit. Let me come back to the chairman. Sir, since I actually invited him to talk about the journey so far, but he is talking about the future as well. Let me ask you, what exactly is the vision right now of PTV, and where do you plan to take it?
If I say in few words, I might say show the true face of Pakistan. There's a lot of misperception going around. There's a lot of propaganda going on. This is an information warfare time. So I think we are faced with much bigger challenges that we had, few years ago maybe. So I think Pakistan Television has a great responsibility to deliver, starting from building a national narrative, building hope and peace in the youth, projecting the ethnic diversity. So I think we have a lot of responsibility to do, and we are all geared up. The Prime Minister has a very clear about vision, and he does understand the real role of a national broadcaster. That's what I keep saying, that unfortunately we have not understood the true role of a national broadcaster. Sometimes we have been looking at as a commercial channel. Sometimes we have been defining ourselves as a public broadcaster. But I think with my few meetings with the Prime Minister, he has a very, very clear vision that Pakistan, PTV should be Pakistan. We should promote Pakistan as a brand. So that is what, in few words, if I say, showing true face of Pakistan to the world.
Before I go back to Faisal Javed Khan, he earlier just pointed out something very interesting. Whenever you talk about PTV, people talk about the legacy, especially the dramas. Entertainment industry has diversified in this country, but where do you see PTV actually standing on that landscape?
I think PTV has a great role in where the industry is today. Like Faisal Saab said, that we have played a role of mother, if not father. So I think I would not say that the competition is basically continues the legacy of PTV further. But where I have a difference of opinion basically is that private channels, of course, their investors have a commercial objective as a prime, whereas national broadcaster has a different objective. I'm not saying that the private channel are not serving the national objective, don't take me wrong. All I'm saying is that their all programming is dependent on achieving rating. Because if they achieve rating, they get more revenue. But whereas we should be also conscious of the rating, but we should also be conscious of our values, promoting our culture, showing Pakistan through PTV. For example, I was sharing with another program that we saw Pakistan through PTV dramas. All dramas were shooted on locations, actual locations in Balochistan, in Sindh, Punjab, in KPK now, called KPT. But if you see now, most of the dramas are being shooted in one house in Karachi. So how do you show your younger generation how Pakistan look like? Pakistan is a beautiful country, but unfortunately that we are not showing actually the true face of Pakistan.
Right, and we have to do that. Television, Faisal Javed Khan, is essentially storytelling. You actually tell the story, whatever is happening or has happened. Where do you think Pakistani entertainment industry especially and Pakistani news industry as well can learn from PTV and can contribute?
Yes, of course. The way PTV has given talent, and all these private channels, their talent is basically from PTV. They got trained here. They're big names. And they were students here at PTV. So they migrated from here to private channels, and their work is talking right now. Even today, our drama is number one in Urdu drama is number one across Asia, all over the world. Diaspora follows it a lot, and even it is taught in different drama academies. I was just telling Khuda Ki Basti from PTV was part of the syllabus in Pune and also in Europe in different drama academies. There are other many success stories like Nijat was featured in the Canadian Research Institute by Sarah Kazmi. It was a play by Sarah Kazmi. Fantastic stories. The way PTV mushroomed the talent, and the talent is all over now, except for at PTV. So that's it. All over the country. So what happens is, yeah, why not PTV? But the time has now come. The new management and the new government is basically working in the right direction, where you'll see the real talent coming back to PTV and taking PTV back to those times where PTV was really number one choice of people. Not only it's the only option they had, but there were other many reasons. When the private channels came in, even then in the start, PTV was doing fine. I'm not only talking about news. I'm also talking about sports, home, and other outlets as well. But here's a need of one thing that you see 70% of our population is below the age of 35. What message are they getting today? As Arshad Saab rightly pointed out, they need to know the real side of Pakistan, the true face of Pakistan, which is not being portrayed anywhere. I'm not saying positive side, it is the real side, which is the positive side. And you read a newspaper, you'll get depressed. You watch news channel, you'll get depressed. You watch a cricket match, you will get depressed. So there is a need to work on entertainment avenues a lot.
But when you talk about the job of newsman, that is to report what is being said. So I cannot guarantee the emotional safety of the viewer, can I?
Well, when I talk about news, the good news is not a news. It is always bad news as news. I think we need to do away with that thinking. And I'm not blaming PTV. PTV is the most credible source of information we have today. PTV पे जो होता है सच होता है. So this is the most credible source of information. But what I'm saying is that we need to talk about positive things as well. It's the mindset that we need to change. It's the people should, these young guys in college and universities, they should get those, they get inspired. There are a lot of success stories, and you guys, PTV World particularly, I watch it, at times you guys cover those things. But all across other channels, they also need to play a role with PTV so that we can show the real side of Pakistan to the world. One thing that's really important today is that drama needs to revive at PTV, big time, because Arshad Saab rightly pointed out that there are many other factors why private channel drama is really doing well today as well. But PTV drama is really struggling because over the years, previous governments have really not paid attention. Like all other institutions, they also destroyed Pakistan Television Network as well. So financially, there's a very little room for PTV to sort of, afford such big productions and all. Right. So anyway, there can be creative solutions to that. New management is working on that, and we will soon see a revival of drama where the drama was born.
Right. I felt that you wanted to add
I just wanted to add this thing that, frankly speaking, there is a lot of misperception also.
Right.
Two things I wanted to say in addition to what Faisal Saab said. In news and current affairs, what people have become used to is watching speculation, exaggeration, exploitation, spicy content. Now, once you become used to it, sensationalism. Once you become used to it, so you want to watch it and on the same time then criticize it.
Right.
You must be hearing a lot of people saying that, oh, I have stopped watching this, what are they showing now? But then they still want to see it first and then criticize. I think PTV, as far as the news is concerned and the current affairs program is concerned, they're doing a great job. They are covering all major important events. The news is pretty up to date. The only thing which is missing is, I'm not saying that on the production quality side maybe, because of the technology and maybe some investment in human resource. Apart from that, I think they are pretty much doing everything possible. So because there are 100 plus channels now in Pakistan, so obviously getting noticed is become little difficult. Right. And the way you can get noticed is precisely that what we don't want to do. Right. Because for that purpose, you need to have a spicy content and you need to do some speculation and things like those. Right. On the drama side, I would say that frankly, on the production technique side, technology side, presentation side, there is a lot of improvement in last decade or 20 years. But frankly, if you look at the morality side, I think we have gone backwards. So I do not appreciate, I'm not saying all of the channels, but some of the dramas that I watch, the things that they are showing, you know, they have imported the themes from foreign media or foreign countries, and they are showing it here. But the challenge really is, how do you tell your generation? Before that, we used to see that content on Indian channels or foreign channels. We can tell our kids, look, this is not our channels, so they're not showing the right culture or our culture. But now, if our own channels are showing those kind of things, then how do you explain to your younger generation that this is not us? So I think on the drama side, I accept and agree that production techniques have improved, direction techniques have improved, human resource have improved a lot. But on the morality side, I think we need to revisit that part.
Right. Morality is important, but so is storytelling, because in the past we used to have great stories, and now it seems that throughout the media,
Because
the
in the past, we always focused on real stories. We used to show a common man, a people in the village. The dramas that Senator Saab mentioned, look at the Khuda Ki Basti. What was it? What were we showing?
it was a great story.
So I think that that is what I'm saying, that we have gone a little far from our real culture. If we show our core values, real culture, how people live, what they do, probably it will interest more to the people rather than showing other people's stories.
Right, absolutely, sir. I'm told that you have to actually leave as well. So
I'm
before
late already anyway.
before doing that, let me ask you both to actually cut the cake. And viewers, you can see that cake cutting is going on. I have to actually. Thank you very much. Well, wouldn't you like to have a morsel?
We'll have it off air.
Okay, right, right.
ये केक दोबारा कटेगा थोड़ी.
Not really.
You know, austerity measures.
You keep on reminding us that. But thank you very much, Faisal Javed Khan Saab, Arshad Khan Saab, thank you very much. Masood Beg Saab is with us, and we will keep on asking him questions. While we are talking about the value system that PTV represents, while we are talking about the quality of production, we are going to actually meet with the people who are here as well. And let me start by talking to Tayyeba Nassar, who is a young news anchor here. Tayyeba, how are you?
I'm well, thank you so much.
How do you find PTV's culture? How long have you been working here?
I have been a very new member. I've been here for the past 8 months, and the culture is very much like a family. It's a training center. It's a place where I'm learning. It's a place where I'm learning and experiencing so many new things, where I'm getting so much exposure, and I'm aware of the fact that everyone is so senior and they're putting in their energy to teach us and to tell the youth that there's a youth bulge right now in Pakistan, and you are our future, and you're the one who has to make Pakistan great and who has to make sure that Pakistan excels in every possible field. So it has been a pleasure. I have been working in a family-like situation where I'm learning so much, and I'm absolutely happy with that.
Awesome, thank you very much. Javed Jadoon Saab has joined us. You watch him on television in our programs regularly, a senior journalist. Thank you very much, sir, for being part of this program and this milestone actually. Javed Jadoon Saab, what do you think about PTV's journey so far, and where we can go from here?
I think much has been said about the achievements Pakistan Television has made in different media areas like entertainment and news. Being a news person, I would like to mention the role PTV News has played in the current affairs has played in informing and educating the people of Pakistan, and the credibility and the accuracy that has been the hallmark of Pakistan Television News in current affairs. And it was mentioned that we need to achieve so many milestones, but I would like to point out that the world has moved beyond analog technology and even beyond 4K and 6K, and Pakistan television
That
still
is
in the analog era.
that is the only complaint you have.
I think
because
no,
technology changing very
it is one of the complaints, because you need to digitize Pakistan television if you want to achieve much more successes in different fields. And beyond that, I think the training opportunities should be provided inside Pakistan and outside the country as well. Farooq, you know that training plays an important role, a pivotal role in improving the skills of the news persons.
But since you are answering my questions as well, let me slip in a question once again. You were talking about these aspects, right? What needs to be done from here onwards. Now the question right now is that there are many. You have been a broadcaster throughout your life. People say that the old technology like transistors and television screens are going to die, and now we are going to actually switch to mobile phones. How do you reconcile that reality with where Pakistan's media is at right now?
Farooq, that's why I say that the competition is definitely going up because of the social media and the other news media as well. So I think in this particular way, the improvement can only be brought about by introducing latest technology and improving the skills of the human resource. But I think the screen will never die. It has been there, it will be there, it is here, and is going to stay around. Because whatever you do, the social media or the print media, but I think electronic television channels will be part of the people's lives, the daily lives. And when you sit in your drawing room or your living room, I think that is a time when you watch your favorite talk shows and news shows and entertainment as well. So in my personal opinion, as a news person, I don't see a decline.
I'm grateful that finally you realize that you have to talk about entertainment too, because you earlier said, and that somehow has become the entertainment in this country, talk shows and news shows, right? For some time, we are perhaps not focusing too much as a nation on storytelling and drama. Let me actually, with your permission, bring in Shafiq Ahmed Saab, who is a senior journalist. You watch him regularly on this show and also on this channel. Shafiq Saab, your take on PTV's journey so far, and then we are going to ask you about the future of the journey as well.
Yes, I think it's an amazing journey. When they started, it was like particularly they played important role in information and also the entertainment, particularly because the drama of PTV is still in the people's mind, particularly the top writer produced by the PTV. Like we have a lot of names. I don't want to name only just few names, because there's a long list of good actors and good drama writers. And in the field of information, they initially provided a very good platform for the information, because people used to switch on only PTV. So, but now there is a competition, and still providing good information, particularly related to the activity of the government, because we want to know.
You said that there is more competition, but competition usually makes you more competitive. And the problem with Pakistan's media scene seems to be that more competition there is, more complacent people become. And this is something that I'm going to come back to. Masood Saab, earlier I spoke to you, and I'm going to come back to you. At that time, we were in a different landscape. Let me now ask you, one aspect that we have been discussing, PTV World especially, has been actually covering news and discussing news for quite some time. How about Pakistan stories? How about entertainment as well?
I personally believe that we all are storytellers, to be very honest. We like to listen stories, we like to tell stories, and this is in our blood anyway. We, Pakistan Television Network in general, in particular Pakistan Television World, where we are now, we would like to tell the whole world the true story of Pakistan in any way possible, right? And this is the agenda. So now, for the viewers, I must say at this stage that we are going to start 11 new programs. And they're youth-centric, they are women-centric. Definitely, you know, women are 52% of this country. We are starting a new program called Women's World. We are starting three programs for youth, campus, and then Tech Talk about the startups and businesses and
Tech Talk.
Tech Talk.
I thought we are saying TED Talk.
No, Tech Talk.
Technology.
Exactly, and this is the era of technology, and we have to highlight that. And the other thing is that PTV World we like to stress or highlight or underline that we have got distinctive content that we have designed, and definitely different programs are in different stages as we speak. And in January 2020, we would like to put all the programs on our screens. And I promise that we as a team, because as far as the core values of PTV World is concerned, let me just tell you that we have got integrity, very important, and then we have got innovation. We try to build ourselves, and we would like to adapt technology. And there is one thing: respect. We respect the views of our viewership, okay? And we have designed such programs because we have got the information from viewers as to what they are looking for on PTV World.
And we have temperance as well.
Exactly, and the fourth one is
Not that kind of sensationalism.
no.
The sky is going to fall.
Okay, we are mature, to be very honest. And yeah, competition is quite healthy in the market, and we have to scan our competition through. Okay, this is our duty. And another core value is collegiality. It means that we all work together willingly. We are as a team, and I definitely believe in this, that together everyone achieves more. And
As a team member, I can testify to that. But allow me, since you are actually representing Team PTV World, let me also bring in another representative from PTV World as well, Musharraf Zahoor, news. Actually works at news desk. Let me ask him, how are you?
Fine.
Okay, how long have you been with PTV?
Fortunately, I have been with Pakistan Television and especially PTV World for the last 7 years,
Right.
and I was part of
with PTV World?
team of PTV World.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is your experience so far?
Well, it has been a great experience working with the national broadcaster. I learned a great deal as an editor. I worked here as a reporter, and I think it has been the best experience ever,
Right.
because I have already been working in private media, and then once I joined PTV World, Pakistan Television, so I think that was a very different experience. In a sense, we need to be more responsible by uh, keeping in view the policy
Right.
of Pakistan Television.
Yeah.
So that's what we have been.
The national interest also.
Yes,
right?
of course.
Yeah, we understand the news and then we report,
Yeah.
rather than first starting to clamor about it and then
Yes,
trying to. Right?
we don't. We are taught to work like we don't sensitize news. We go after details. We dig the news story and then we present the facts. And we avoid to sensitize news as our private media do. PTV is more responsible, I think, to
Right.
present news
Right,
stories.
that is true. Sana Makbool has joined us. She is a regular face of PTV, has been reporting, has been reading news as well, and now she's joining us, anchoring as well, right?
Right.
How long have you been with PTV?
Well, it's going to be 6 years in December. So,
You have worked in the private sector prior to coming here as well?
yes, I have.
Any difference?
Well, there are loads. Despite what we were earlier talking about, the boom in the channels that we have seen, and of course, so many options in the age of electronic media, I think there's a lot that we can give credit for to PTV in terms of its heritage and its legacy and what's done, and that's going to be hard to take away. So, I think in those terms, the experience is definitely markedly different in terms of what sort of cultural values PTV inculcates, which is quite different from what I've seen before.
Right, and a young person definitely talking about the future as well, and present and legacy. That is great. Well, let me come back to Jadoon Saab. Sir, now that we are talking about all these matters, one has to actually, take actually an understanding or audit where we are at right now. When you are talking about Pakistan's media scene, why is it that there are so few English channels? Actually, one here, right? And there might be one that comes and goes in the private sector. Why is that?
I think, Farooq, primarily the reason is that very few people would be interested in English medium. And Pakistan Television, being a state broadcaster, doesn't have anything to do with the TRP factor. But I think
Should it have?
in the private sector, probably the financial aspect has been the most, I think, discouraging aspect for them. And I think a couple of channels who were in business, they are out of business. And I think basically they are out of business because of the financial issues. They have not been able to make money, enough money to sustain those channels.
You're telling me those 50 plus channels that are running in private sector, they are all running because of TRPs and their economic success?
I think TRP is one of the most important factors because otherwise, I think it's very hard to earn money and sustain them. In the current situation, I think a lot of difficulties are being faced by the channels. And English channel, I think one or two are there, but I think comparisons between one is here and other is in the private sector.
Other comes and goes.
Comes and goes.
Yeah.
So I think comparisons for I think would be difficult because being a state broadcaster, Pakistan Television World is a state broadcaster and it is sustained by the government, by the state, and credibility, of course, is the hallmark of any state broadcaster. And when we say it's a state broadcaster, that means that.
My question primarily, and Shafiq Sahab, I have to actually bring it to you because you have covered Indian politics as well. You have focused on the bully next door, right? And while you're seeing that, they have too many English channels. I mean, the quality of education more or less is the same on both sides of the border. Why is it that we haven't actually been able to focus on these matters?
Yes, if we compare the Indian English TV channels, these are very, very popular. And because in India, people speak different languages. It's maybe more than 500 languages. And some of the people living in the south of India, they don't even speak and understand Hindi. So the common language for them is English only. That is why one of the reason is popularity. And Indian population is also living abroad. They are spread in different.
Come on, you know you're finding excuses. I mean, they can't understand Hindi, but they will understand English.
Yes, they understand. Of course, if you talk to Tamil people,
They don't want to talk in the Hindi language, right? That is their choice. But I mean,
them they don't understand, by the way. That is true. And if you compare with Pakistan, I think what is my understanding, because I have worked with a couple of private English TV channels, I think that the model or the plan they have, business model, that is not that much attractive. That is why they failed, unfortunately. But I personally believe there must be a good English TV channels to have Pakistan's voice abroad. This is very important because the foreign countries, they only understand and can speak the English language. So it should be very good.
Are you glad that PTV World is there?
Of course, I'm happy. I'm happy, and and then the next thing is that there is some voices against the government, which is for the first time in the history, like never before.
We actually try to do justice to that discussion and.
I would just like to add one thing. I think it is extremely important for every country to have an English channel, and I think we have got the examples like more than one, but at least one good qualitative state broadcaster. I can give you the examples like TRT.
Sir, you're talking about a country with the population that is 210 million, right? It is not a small number.
It's not a small number.
One.
Six population-wise, six in the world.
Absolutely. So we should be representing ourselves in that way. Let me actually come back to Team PTV World. Shahzad Qayyum is with us, news anchor also. I found him sitting on the news desk as well. How are you?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm good, never better. Tell me, how long have you been with PTV?
Not too long, actually. I started in the beginning of this year, and it was 2019, yeah, and it was a phenomenal experience. I would like to highlight a couple of things while I was having an opportunity to speak at this platform. One is that it's just like my colleague just said, Tayyiba, that it's indeed a family. There is no doubt in it. When I started this particular organization, I have so many things in my mind, so many doubts actually, you can say, but they all went pretty clear when I started here. From the training phase till the day that I've been working now, it's a phenomenal experience. No matter it's your folks in the newsroom or the in charge or whoever, everyone has been so helpful very helpful, and it was great. And the second thing that I want to highlight is that working in this particular department, which is news, I mean, as a news anchor, the thing about the news is that on PTV, it's a platform where things are not overspiced up.
Right.
You know, it's all about the facts,
Right.
and that's the thing.
And that is a good thing, right?
Indeed, indeed.
We
Yep.
don't want to actually, give people various kind of phobias or mental problems. Right. Let me now go to Sajid Shah, who is responsible for the ticker desk here. Thank you, Sajid Shah. Your journey so far, your comment on PTV World.
Um, I am working here for the past 7 years, and like everybody here, I'm also proud to be part of this prestigious organization. And as you know, PTV is mother institute of all channels, and it has produced many big names and contributed to every sphere of life.
Right.
And being a custodian of ideological boundaries, this channel is making sure that our culture, norms, and traditions remain intact. And we are striving hard here to present a positive, soft image of our country to outer world.
Through hard news.
Yes.
Softer image through hard news, right? And that is amazing. Alamdar Kazmi joins us also, a desk editor. How are you? When I first came to PTV, or I started interacting with PTV, one of the most smiling and energetic people. Your journey so far with PTV, your experiences, please.
Thank you very much for appreciating me, for Farooq Patafi Saab. And it's a great opportunity for the youngsters like us that I joined this channel 7 years ago, and the platform gave us opportunity to learn. From the private channels we have observed the environment of working, but here at PTV we have worked with the legends, the living legends, and the seniors, very seniors, and the new people from private media like Masood Beg Saab, who promoted young talent like yes, yes, he is a young man, but from private media who actually innovated the environment of PTV World and introduced new promos and presentations. Our screen has improved a lot.
And any area where you think that we can double down, add more?
Yes, there is always need of improvement, so we need to improve in our presentation skills. There is no lack of talent over here.
Right.
So inshallah, with the passage of time, we'll improve.
I'm coming back to the guest here, Javed Jadoon Saab. Now, since we are talking about various other things, what do you want to see more on television?
I think
I didn't say who. I said what.
well, I think we are talking about two important dimensions: the entertainment and the news. We call it
By the way-
entertainment.
Yeah, by the way, entertainment is not merely drama. I kept on talking about storytelling and drama, right? But music is also there.
Media has evolved a lot. I think keep living in the past glory wouldn't be a just thing to do. We talk about the past glory of Pakistan television. Of course, it was iconic, it was monumental. But now we should be talking about from today onward what we can do, or what Pakistan television can do to stay as a relevant medium in a very competitive world. And I think we see around, though there are many other factors which make those private television channels a bit popular, but I think we need to catch up with them. And how we can catch up with them? You're talking about what we can see, or what we would like to see on the TV screen. Is that first of all is 24/7 news is, I think now even you mentioned that it has become an entertainment in Pakistan. So 24/7 news, of course, and talk shows, of course.
It shouldn't be very Pavlovian, so to speak, the way media does it, right?
Absolutely. And being a media person, I realized that I would again be mentioning the addition of new technology and the human resource. Without that, Farooq, you can't see improvements. We would keep talking about improvements, but I think the government should come forward, because being a state broadcaster, it needs the attention of the government. And saying austerity, austerity, and austerity, I think it will take us nowhere.
And you heard the government's representation also. He was saying that we are actually committed to improving, although austerity was also mentioned, but that was also one aspect. What will you like to see on PTV world screen?
I think I need more reporting staff, some good reports, not only within Pakistan, within country, but I will prefer that PTV World must have some good correspondent based in some important countries and cities, including New York, Washington, Paris, London, because we should utilize this English channel, and we should show to the world from the Pakistan perspective, from the Pakistan angle, because currently we are seeing or watching all the news from the angle of Western world. We are just getting all the information from the wire services, and the wire services are primarily from the Western countries. We are getting footing from the Western countries.
You are going for a channel or a media outlet that competes with international media organizations?
Look, yes, I think that we should compete. Why not? Because if just Pakistanis are watching this PTV World, it will not make any. It will not serve the purpose. The purpose is that the foreign people, the other countries' people, they must watch our TV channels, and we should show we should give angle from Pakistani perspective. That is more important.
Pakistani perspective is important, and we have to actually talk about representing Pakistan abroad as well. But there is an audience in Pakistan too. This issue, Masood Saab, we are actually drawing to the end of the program, and let me ask you, have we actually identified what are the target audiences and how we are going to cater to various segments here and abroad?
We have already done our homework aggressively. And we have got local audiences as far as international audiences, because we can be watched in 60 different countries. Our few of programs can be watched on PTV Global that lands in the UK, especially on Box, and North America specifically. And as far as the content is concerned, definitely we have tried our levels to promote this content. And while designing, we kept one thing in our mind, that we have to promote the views, the voices, and the values of our country across the globe. And that we have been doing. And inshallah ta'ala, as I said earlier, that we are quite positive and confident that in January 2020, you will be seeing new programs on our screen.
We will. But you said something very interesting. You said that our values have to be promoted as well. So who's going to define those values?
Values have been defined. We have a certain master narrative of this country, and that is to promote and project the softer and true image of this country, and that's our prime duty, and we have been doing so. And definitely by introducing new programs, and as far as the target audience is concerned, definitely we have got we understand our target audience, primary target audience and secondary target audience. We know that there is a big chunk of youth, as Senator Faisal Javed said earlier, that we all know about that 60% population comprises youth below 35. Exactly. And then we have got women, we have got men of different ages, we have got kids. So the programming is, you can see the diversity in programming, and we will be definitely and carefully will be designing new programs that can be watched. We have put 2 or 3 new programs in last month, and in January 2020 you'll be seeing a complete new screen as far as the content is concerned. New faces will be introduced, and you will see a new and fresh presentation.
And entertainment also?
Yes, there are 2 bigger genres that we will focus: infotainment and entertainment. Okay, and in the end, definitely, as you said earlier, that we are going to conclude this program. From the core of my heart, I would like to thank each and everybody at PTV World, because we are a family, as people said earlier, and we will achieve what we have set together. And I believe in teamwork, and without team, yes, I understand that we have got different constraints. I completely understand that, but whatever we have got, as far as the available resources are concerned, We are very much focused and we know where we have to go. And inshallah ta'ala, 2020 is the year where we're going to jump into a new era.
Right on that note, Masood
Thank you
Saab,
so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let me thank the other guests also. Jadoon Saab, thank you very much. Shafiq Saab, thank you very much. And thank you very much, Team PTV World. Because these people who are sitting here and who have actually joined us, they work tirelessly to bring news to you, information and analyses as well. But despite the fact that PTV is today 55 years old, one thing is clear, that the journey doesn't stop here. Journey is in many aspects still beginning, and we are taking off. With the hope that in coming days we bring to you the best and the brightest content and elements from Pakistani society. This is Farooq Patafi signing off. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.